Hey, how's it going, everybody? I know it's been a couple weeks since I've put something out, or at least just about a couple weeks. Yeah, because it's December 17th right now, and I think it was like Saturday, like 2 Saturdays ago or something. I can't remember exactly. It was like the 4th or the 5th that I had posted something. Either way, yeah, I do apologize for that. When I was doing the TEW video, I believe that's what it was, I had mentioned that, because of course there's usually a reason for it, I had mentioned that I was looking at an apartment, was looking at moving as soon as I could. Well, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is, okay. The bad news is that I didn't get that apartment. The great news is that I ended up, because that Monday I was awaiting a call, and I think I talked about that. I was awaiting a call from the people to try to look at the apartment and try to get it. And they didn't end up calling me at any point in the day. So when I got to work at like 3 o'clock, I was a little dejected about that. And I think at like 3:30, it was about 3:30, there was a posting for another apartment around here, and it just so happened to be right down the street from where I worked. And so obviously I immediately called them. I decided I wasn't going to wait at all to do any of that, and I immediately called them. I said, how can I get an application in? They said, you can put it in online. We were trying to maybe possibly get an auction off for this. I don't know how you do apartment auctions. I don't know. A bunch of people like vying for, trying to get an apartment. But either way, I was the only person who called him the day that he had posted it, because he posted it at like 3:30, and then they closed like a couple hours later at like 6. And I called him at 5:30, and I said, I told him my name. I'm like, hey, I'm looking at an apartment, this one bedroom that you posted. He's like, you're the only person to call me today and ask about it. If you put on an application online, they had a way to put in an application online. I'll see it. I'll hold it for you. And then as soon as we get, some stuff, as soon as I do the whole background check and everything, cool. Then we won't deal with any of that other nonsense. We'll just hold this for you, and then you can get it. I'm like, sweet. So like within an hour, I had thrown in that thing, the application, just so I could get that apartment, because I didn't want to wait. Because what happened, I swear to God, this is how it happened, and it's gonna sound unbelievable. I know it really will. So, like I said, I'd gotten to work dejected because I didn't get a call from those people, and I'm like, all right, let me just get through some work. I had seen this ad. It was literally down the street from where I work. It's like 3 minutes down the road, like a mile. That's about it. I actually go farther. I pass by these apartment complexes when I go to different places to get lunch. That's how close it is. So yeah, I've gone farther for lunch on a daily basis. And they posted it and said, they had put a price up. It was $20 cheaper than most of the other places around them. And they were running a winter special that December and January's rent was free. And on top of that, the deposit was very small. He had originally told me $475. By the time I got there, I had put in a $35 application fee for the online application fee. Turns out it was only $375, and because I had already put in an application fee, and because I technically have I have a government job, that $35 was already going to be credited towards that. So it was actually only $345 for a deposit. So I swear to God, it's if it was a sitcom, I didn't get the place, and then I get what I feel is the perfect place, because he had told me as well. He's like, listen, the person who was here, he was here for a few years. We haven't, this is a whole new system. I don't even think we have it in our online system, because he's lived here for so long. And I swear to God, it felt like something. I almost started believing in God. because it was such a thing that I'm just sitting there going, God, I'm never going to find the perfect place. And then this place, 3 minutes from work, cheaper than most other places around there. December and January rent for free. And I was going to get a deposit, a cheaper deposit, and it was going to be great. And on top of that, because the previous guy had lived there for a few years, they were also replacing the linoleum in the bathroom and kitchen, and they were replacing all the carpets as well. And when I went to go get the keys yesterday, I actually saw all the carpet and linoleum like sitting out front because they were waiting on a dump truck to get it. So I know they did. And then he also told me when I got the keys, oh, by the way, the stove was shorting out, so you're getting a new stove too. If this was a sitcom, people would be yelling about how unrealistic that was. Oh my God. So they went through all this hell, and then, then they get the absolute perfect place like this, and I can't believe it. That is just unbelievable. Hollywood couldn't write that without people thinking it was unrealistic. So for the bad news of not getting the place that I had talked about in my TEW video, I got a great place now. And that's going to be, and the thing is that I think I've talked about this before. I'm not 100% sure. I think maybe in the last time I had kind of sat here in front of my desktop here and talked about it, is that this is kind of a transitional point in my life. And not so much transitional in the fact that, a whole bunch of things are changing. Really what it is now I'm kind of working in the same area, and it's a nice area, and I'm getting used to it. And the transitional period is now I'm transitioning from living in an apartment with roommates to living in a house right now because I had some money issues and had some trouble with rent and everything. But now I'm getting all the money issues figured out. There's a whole lot of money that I'm going to be getting within the next 7 weeks. I don't know if I want to bore some people about it, but because of the job that I have, I'm afforded what they call e-travel, which is a government thing that if you use your personal vehicle, you get X amount of cents per mile. I think it's 57.5 cents per mile. And you just do your e-travel and you get it in, and yeah, no one had told me about that for like the first 7 months that I worked there. But then when someone finally told me about it, I went and put in like 7 months worth of e-travel. So, and I was going from one side of Des Moines to the other. So it was an additional like 11 miles each way. So it was an additional 22 miles a day, which sucked for my car because I actually calculated it's like an extra 3,500 miles I've put on my car that I've needlessly put it on my car. But yeah, either way, I'm going to have some serious money coming towards me for that. They've been kind of dicking around with me on that, and I'm trying to get that dealt with. But either way, this is kind of the transitional period where I'm basically, if I had a webcam, I do have a webcam, but I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, I'd show you around the room to this tiny basement room that I am 6'4", and the ceilings in this basement are 6'5", 6'6", and they have air ducts that come down to the bridge of my nose. So there's a lot of ducking for me. Yeah, this place was built for someone about 6 inches shorter than me. But either way, I wanted to keep this as brief as possible, and I'm already almost 9 minutes in. This is what's happened. But either way, I did want to express, because some people were so awesome in the comments about talking about, hoping that I'm cool and that I got the apartment that I wanted, and the apartment that I originally wanted I didn't get, but I got an even better one. It's amazing. But there's a lot of things I could talk about with that. But either way, I also wanted to do a channel update. The whole reason I'm talking about this new apartment is because that means I'm going to be leaving my current situation. And my current situation has me, once again, if I had a camera to kind of show you, I mean, I could always take a picture, but I'm just too lazy to do that at this point. If you just Google in USB Wi-Fi dongle, I believe that's what it would be. That is how I'm using my internet, because I'm in the basement and the router is upstairs on the other side of the house. So my internet has been kind of crap for the last 6 weeks, and that's the only way I've been getting internet. I'm used to 40 megabits per second, Ethernet, cord constantly plugged in. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to fast and reliable internet, and that's why I've been doing all my streaming. So now I'm just using a Wi-Fi dongle to do this and to upload this video. And so that's been my internet situation, and I think I've talked about that. I can't remember. I know I talked about how that's probably how it was going to be 6 weeks ago when I had posted a video about this. But yeah, that's exactly how this is. It's been not fun. Let me tell you. I think if I bring it up here real quick, yeah, signal strength is it's a good day right now for that. But yeah, as of right now, I mean, it's this is good. This is average about 56% strength quality. Link quality will go anywhere from 100, but I've seen it dip down to like 60 or so on a regular basis. It's not fun when I start lagging out on Heroes of the Storm. But yeah, that was a big reason why I wanted to talk about this, is because that's a big reason why I haven't been able to upload videos, is because my internet is so goddamn slow. And it takes me forever and a day just for the videos that I've uploaded so far in the last 6 weeks or so, like the college hoops one and the NBA one, and boy, have I had to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop so that I don't have to spend 5 hours, you know, with my computer just constantly uploading this file just so it would get on the internet. And so yeah, I've been trying to like compress files and get it in there, and oh man, has it been a headache. But yeah, that won't be an issue anymore, because I'll be right back to where I was internet connection speed wise at my new place. And the best part is I should be moving. I got the keys yesterday, so I can move in to, you know, later on today. It's like 3:45 a.m. if I really wanted to, but I don't have any help right now. But I will on Saturday, and that's the point. I'm going to be I'm almost certain I will find help. I've been bribing friends to come help me. It is amazing what you can do. It is amazing how well you can bribe alcoholics if you tell them that you're going to get them a couple cases of Old Milwaukee. But yeah, it's like, hey, couple cases of Old Milwaukee, and if you guys want some rum, I'll get some rum, and just help me out for a few hours. Won't take long. Just load up this truck, unload it. It's only a 1-bedroom apartment. I even had to throw out my couch the last, when I moved. The last time I put up a video like this in front of my desktop. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Moving in Saturday. However, my internet service provider told me that the soonest, I think they said they're going to be able to get someone out there to activate my internet, which I don't know why it takes so goddamn long, but either way, 29th or the 30th, one of those 2 days. So I said, you know what, fine. I can deal with 10 days without internet. I can work on something else. Why not? Maybe spend the next couple of nights just downloading the crap out of anime so that I got stuff to watch and then other stuff to do, and I'll get on the other stuff that I've been doing also as well, because the time I haven't spent uploading videos, which I do apologize about that. I feel really bad to kind of give a channel update video as the only thing I've put out for the last couple weeks, to tell you guys that it's going to be another couple weeks before I'll be doing anything again. But on the bright side, 29th or 30th is when my internet gets back up again. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be busy the 31st. I won't be, doing anything. I will be doing stuff. That's, I won't be around to stream or anything during New Year's. I got about 3 different groups of friends that want me to go hang out with them, which is really awesome, actually, because this is a new thing. I've been working as a temp worker at the post office. Temp, quote unquote, even though I've practically been full-time for like 3.5, 4 years, and then I've spent the last almost year and a half as a full-time worker. But now I'm in a position where I actually have holidays off, so I'll actually have Christmas and New Year's off, so I actually get to hang out with people on New Year's Eve. That's a new concept for me. I don't get to hang out with people on New Year's Eve. I just don't. But yeah, so I'll be kind of busy then, but I'm going to guarantee you I will be back streaming, and there will be content the first week of January, right around here. I'm telling you, my streaming is going to happen on the 4th or the 5th of January, and you will start seeing content regularly again starting the very first week of January. I'm guaranteeing it, and I'm telling you I'm guaranteeing it because it's been one of those things that I've been really feeling that itch. It's been one of those things where I've been like sitting around and just feeling that itch to do something. And I haven't really been able to do anything. Like, I've been working on some stuff, and once again, I'll get to that in a second, but I've been wanting that itch to kind of like connect with people and talk with people. And like once in a while, some of the other guys that I talk to, they'll stream once in a while, and then I'll get to hang out in Twitch chat or Hitbox or wherever they're streaming and use my really shoddy internet connection to watch the constant buffering. Boy, am I not going to miss that. I am so not going to miss the constant buffering that streams do. Even on 360, dude, that was the worst part, is I've got some people that I watch that even on standard definition streams, they were starting to lag a little bit. I'm like, God damn it, are you kidding me? So I am going to be so thrilled when my internet comes back up and I'm able to stream and chat with people again and interact with people. And the reason that I'm guaranteeing all of this is because since I've been sitting around, just been kind of doing some stuff and getting that itch to actually stream again and do some stuff and record some stuff. And it's like, man, I'd really want to play some more TEW, and I want to be able to do that. And I could back up, get like a backlog of videos to hopefully try to upload. But it's been one of those things that I haven't really been wanting to do that because of, it's like, God damn, it's going to take me like 5 hours to upload something like this. But yeah. The reason I'm doing that is because I really want 2016 to be a year that I really make great for me. I really want to absolutely stream as often as I can and put out content as often as I can for people. And I want 2016 to be the best goddamn year I've ever had doing this. Because I've had my channel, I think it's like 3 years now, something like that. It was like November 2012 or something. I didn't actually post until like a couple months later, but I just really wanted that minimum wage gaming name. But yeah, I had the channel for almost 3 years now. I've been streaming now for just over a year. It was like a year back in September. And honestly, about a year ago, I had maybe like 125 subscribers or something like that. Maybe like 150. And then I left for Oklahoma in March for to train at my job. And I went from like 175 or 185 to 550. I think someone had shared one of my college hoops video, not college hoops, but NCAA basketball videos. And I just got a huge influx of people. And then it happened again earlier, a few months back, I think, again, when someone shared my Bigs 2 video. I don't know where this huge influx of people came from, but I do appreciate every single one of you who do subscribe and do watch, and I absolutely appreciate it. And this last year has been awesome because, like I said, when I first started streaming just a year ago, it was for like 1 or 2 people maybe would kind of like wander in, and now I do get people who stay and interact, and it's awesome. I've been meeting some awesome people, and it has been great. And I talked about kind of a transitional part of my life because, yeah, once again, I'm going from roommates to living in someone's basement, living the goddamn stereotype practically. It's not my mom's basement. I'm renting it out, so it's not anything like that. But now having my nice own apartment of my own again, except this time instead of a 2-bedroom shithouse that I kind of inherited through shitty roommates, it's me and myself, and I don't have to worry about anybody else. So yay. Jesus, it's already been 20 minutes. Did I ramble? Have I rambled that goddamn much? And I even got to what the shit I'm gonna do with all my channel stuff, other than the fact that I'm coming back at the first of the year. Like the first week of January, I'm going to start streaming, I'm going to start putting out shit all the time. And yeah, I fucking love all you guys who actually do sit around and watch my nonsense. I'm one of those guys, I can't handle my own voice, so I don't really listen back to a lot of my videos. So you guys that stick around and enjoy it, thank you so much, because I can't stand the sound of my own voice. It's probably even sounds a little bit stuffy right now because, you know, just because of winter and everything else. But yeah, either way, I do appreciate it. I want to make this huge. I think 1,300 subscribers from a year ago at like 125, that is fucking awesome, and I fucking love you guys. So yeah, just over the last couple of weeks, I haven't put out much of anything, and I understand that, and I apologize, but I have been working on some stuff related to what I want to put on this channel in the future. The first one, I'm not going to fire it up or anything, is I've been working extremely hard on WWE 2K16. Now, in 2K15, they had the universe mode that I was doing with a few guys, and I did it for a couple weeks, and then I just kind of like forgot about it. I'm not planning on doing it this time because I've spent too much goddamn time making logos and uploading them and making arenas and making belts and making guys and getting a whole fucking schedule set up for events and pay-per-views and shows and everything else. I've put too much goddamn time and effort to not stream this shit. So once again, I'm going to be doing my minimum wage wrestling, and I've got, you know, all custom belts and arenas and guys and even shows and pay-per-views. There's nothing really WWE branded on it. It's just going to say WWE 2K16 once in a while, but really, I wanted to take all the WWE branding off of it and just do minimum wage wrestling. And I did it for like 2 weeks in 2K15, and a lot of those guys are now over in 2K16, and there's a lot more too. And I'm extremely excited, especially because now you can have more than 25 people. That was another big thing, is I had to kind of stop at 25, which since then I've had much better ideas anyway. And the fact that they've had such a huge roster means I've been able to do a lot of really cool stuff. So I will be doing a WWE Universe mode for 2K16, and I'm really going to get into that because, once again, I've worked really hard setting it up. I got like 26 guys right now, and I think I'm going to add at least another 2 or 3 very soon before I get actually up and started. I don't know. Once again, I'll have like 10 days or so without internet, so I am probably just get around to you know, making something in that way. But either way, that's one thing I want to do. That's one thing I want to make sure I discuss and let people know I do want to do that. Of course, everything else that I've been doing as well on my channel on a regular basis, I want to keep doing that as well because that's been extremely fun. I want to keep doing all the different stuff, the college hoops and the NBA and TEW and all that different stuff that people love to watch. And the Bigs too. Actually, I may end up recording something maybe tomorrow because Friday is going to be a day where I'm going to come home from work and I'm just going to be packing until I finally just kind of pass out and fall asleep long enough for me to wake up and get a U-Haul because I want to be out of here. It's not, you know, it's not the fact that I hate this place. It's just I'm just not big on the whole using other people's stuff and living in another person's house, and it's just not like, it's just not what I want. You know, I have an ideal, you know, life that I like to live. Very simple. I'm a very simple person. I just want carpet below me, which really, since I'm in the basement, it's like half furnished. So like, there's a bathroom down here with a shower, but there's not carpeting. There's no carpeting here. It's all concrete. The bathroom's got a little bit of linoleum. That's about it. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I actually went and bought a small rug just so I can have my feet on carpet when I'm sitting at my computer. But yeah, I mean, I'm very simple. Just give me a small apartment, give me a good internet connection, and let me comfortably sit and play my video games and stream. That's all I want. And so that's what I wanted. And now I'm going to be super fucking close to work. But yeah, I'm once again getting off on a goddamn tangent. So yeah, the WWE Universe thing. And then another thing, I'm not going to say when I'm going to be able to do it, because I'm still quite a ways off, and people have talked about it. In fact, I got a comment just like 3 or 4 hours ago about it. Haven't gotten anything since, but yeah, I literally got a comment just like 3 or 4 hours before before I'm recording this right now, where someone asked me when I'm going to do some WMMA stuff, and as well as people asking, hey, you talked about working on this file, you've talked about doing this and that, and I've done a couple of update videos on the WMMA thing and the anime mod that I've been doing for that. I'm still not anywhere close to where I want to be, but people have been asking about the file, and I do have a zip file that I'll be putting down in the description for people to see, and for people to download. It's still very primitive. I actually took the time to pull this up. This is where I'm at right now. The one thing that's just about complete, in all honesty, are the companies and the belts. All the companies for Japan and USA are done, belts included. I think there's probably only going to be about 3 more companies, somewhere from between 2 to 4 more companies added for like UK and Australia. Because the way I do the companies is they're all based off of an anime company, so everything's based off of that, or in America, like a North American licensing company. And so they all got their own logos that I've created. Usually it's some sort of logo based off of their company logo or something related to like some of the major animes that they're in. And then once again, belts also that have been made from scratch. Some of the bigger ones that have a lot of people in it have got 5 weight classes: atom weight, bantamweight, featherweight, flyweight, and strawweight. If it's going to be like a smaller one, like let's say Bones. I think Bones does. Yeah, so off of Bones in Japan, I got Sit and Bones Championship. It's event driven. So because it's event driven, it's only got one class, and that's open weight, because it's not going to have a lot of people. I probably should have done Pony Can fights, because Pony Canyon doesn't have hardly anything. Like, I think they've got like 3 or 4 well-known. They got like 3 or 4 animes with fighters in it who are going to have fighters in it. So, not very big. So it's all just one big weight class. So that's almost done. So I'm happy about that, because that's the most time consuming, because making the company logos are time consuming enough. Making the belts have been just so, I mean, you're looking at 79 belts, and I think if I bring this up here, for the different companies, here's all the logos for the different companies. I don't try to half-ass any of this. Some of these kind of do look half-assed, and I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I'll keep it the way it is. One of them, like the Budget XC, I think that's based off Discotech Media, was meant to be that way, because they have a lot of those like kind of cheap and awful animes. But every belt you see here is like an hour and a half of my life at least putting on this. Some of them have like very original designs. Some of them it's like I come up with, like for Madhouse, this was Madhouse, like, there's a decently original design that I just kind of came up with. Some of them are kind of sort of based off of WWE belts, like that one with Fantasy Battle Arts for the Divas Championship, and then like the NXT tag titles, and then very blatant WWE United States title render. So yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, that's as far as I've gotten with that. I got some referees and judges in there. I only got 2 non-fighters so far in there, and they're a broadcast team. And that's from Lucky Star, Akira Kagami, Minoru Shiraishi. So once again, this is very, very primitive for anyone who actually wants to play this. So they're going to have to add in maybe some other stuff. I've only got like 1 team, because I wanted to see what the teams could look like with After School Tea Time, with the K-On! Girls in there. And I got referees, who are the Monster Musume girls, and the judges, who are the mascots from Amagi Brilliant Park. I got characters. I got 160 characters in there right now, which is sort of a dent. It's sort of a dent in how many are probably going to be in there. I'd estimate there's probably going to be 1,500-1,600 easily. But like I said, you can see a lot of zeros. It's all very primitive right now, but people were asking about it, so I will at least provide the a file for how much I've done so far. At least the really super time-consuming part of the original logos and belts are out of the way, and just adding characters should be just a breeze. I got into a rhythm of like being able to pump out characters once every like 4 or 5 minutes at if I'm doing it kind of slowly. So, yeah, there's not a lot that I really mess with as far as those characters are concerned, so that won't be nearly as hard as the time-consuming part of making belts and logos and such like that. So, yeah, just wanted to give that, just to kind of do that recap there. Yeah, I'm going to be moving. You probably won't see much of anything from me in the next couple of weeks because I will have no internet. I can maybe hook up my phone to my computer. I know that's possible, but I mean, even on 4G, I mean, that's not too great. In the area that I'm in, it's actually pretty nice, but it's about probably where it's at right now with this USB dongle. So it's not going to be great. I'm not really going to be able to upload anything because if I try to use that, thank God I have Sprint, because if I try to upload that, I mean, that would be taking a lot of data. But yeah, thank God I have Sprint because I don't have to worry about data caps. I checked my bill last month. I used about 43 gigs of data. I watch a lot of YouTube and live streamers when I'm at work. And there's no Wi-Fi at work, so I just use the 4G, which is pretty nice at work. But either way, yeah, planning on being back streaming first week in January. You're going to start seeing videos pumping out again. Going to be doing WWE Universe mode, and once again, in the description, I'm going to have World of Mixed Martial Arts, at least what I've gotten done so far. I kind of want to post that to Reddit, too, because they really loved when I posted about the Orlando Magica, so maybe I'll post again about all the belts and logos and stuff. I think people might get a pretty good kick out of that. But yeah, I'll have to figure out, you know, non-fighter people for that, and just all sorts of different stuff that I'll worry about when I'm not sitting here rambling in front and trying to do a channel recap. But yeah, so once again, sorry you probably won't see me for a couple of weeks again, but when you do see me again, you're going to see me for a while, because when I'm living in this apartment, when I move to this new apartment, it's going to have, like, I'm going to be there for a while. The plan was to find an apartment that I love, that I can be there for quite some time. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, and there shouldn't be hardly any worries about, you know, me moving and not having internet once you see me again at the beginning of January. And it's going to be fucking awesome, and I can't wait to move and to get through all of this. And then once I get back up and running again, it's going to be fucking awesome. And I really hope you guys come along with me. I'm really happy for those of you who have subscribed and love this, and I hope you continue loving it, because I'm going to be back very, very soon. And yeah, I'm going to make the absolute most of it, and yeah, I want to have a lot of fun with all of you guys. So yeah, thank you guys. That's just kind of a channel update for just my life, some of the stuff that I've discussed, some of the stuff that I plan on doing and I want to do and I've been working on. So it's been 34 goddamn minutes. That is insanity. I ramble on way too much. My first thought was I could do this in like 10 minutes, and I failed miserably. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I do greatly appreciate it. I hope you stay subscribed, and I hope you stay tuned. We'll be doing more stuff. You know, still a lot of stuff different happening and all that. But either way, thank you guys. I'll see you guys, you know, in a couple of weeks.